Okay, then let's continue. So the last thing what I told you on Friday, that was about the peritecticum. So, and what happens at the peritecticum? At the peritecticum, we are talking about incongruent melting. So what means incongruent melting? We have here, for example, an N-statite, and you know the N-statite, that is an autopyroxene, is the formula MgSiO3, or you can multiply it by with 2, then you have then Mg2Si2O6. So when this melting happens at the temperature of about 1557 degrees Celsius, and then you are making from your N-statite and forsterite plus melt. So, and you know the forsterite is Mg2SiO4. So, and then we can do the thing the other way around. You have a forsterite plus melt. That is then at 1890 degrees Celsius. And then you are creating melt. Plus N-statite. So in this melt, we have at first melt plus crystals or nucleids of N-statite. Both reaction are peritectic. The increase of pressure will cause an increase in melting. So if you have water in the system, will decrease the melting point. So what means this? If you have a melt, or if you have melt in the system, then you can start, or you will start with melting at lower temperatures. So if your melt is, or if you do not have any water in the system, then your melting point goes to higher temperatures. So if you have here less water in the system, then you don't need maybe 1890 degrees Celsius. You can then even melt it at much lower temperatures, maybe at 1600 degrees Celsius, something like this, yeah? So now next we are talking about the binary system. With an intermediate component. So what means now the intermediate component? That is the thermal boundary and the thermal boundary we have between two eutectic points. So if you are checking the QAPF for the granitic rocks, we have here the quartz, the K-feldspar, then we have here the plagioclase, and here we have the fluids. And then I told you here between we have the thermal boundary. That is the thermal boundary, because we are dealing with silica saturated rocks. And here we have silica undersaturated rocks. That means if we are making here our diagram, Then we have here an increase in SiO2. Here we have MgO. Something like this. So then we have here our forsterite plus melt. Then we have here, that is P, that is our peritecticum. And there we have forsterite plus enstatite plus melt. So here we have E, that is our eutecticum. Here between we have the thermal boundary. And here we have the next eutecticum. So if we have a melt of this composition, then we are cooling down, then we are forming at this curve the first forsterite, because here we have only melt. Then we are going down here till to the peritecticum. There we are forming from our forsterite and melt enstatite. Then we are going here and down, and then we have here our MgSiO3, which is then the enstatite. So, and at this point, at P, so at the peritecticum, forsterite plus melt will react as long to enstatite till all forsterite is consumed. So, and then you have enstatite plus SiO2. Yes, because enstatite you can have together with quartz, but you cannot have phosphorite together with quartz. So, and that is then incongruent melting. So, and then we have congruent melting. And that is then just if you are melting enstatite, and this enstatite becomes then melt. So, but if you have a melt, something wrong? Nothing, okay. So, if you have a melt, and you are at the beginning, you can have in your melt at first olivine, but the olivine will then react away. So, olivine exist at the beginning in an oversaturated, silica saturated melt, but will finally react away. So are you done with this? Yes. Now we are coming to the next chapter, that is petrology. Of the magmatites. So what makes the difference of a melt? melt magma. So that can be due to what? So that can be due to different composition of the primary magma. So, and that you must have seen now in your experiments. You can just use different components, mixing them with each other, and then you are getting a different melt. So, and that is in nature actually the same. You can have different magmas, and these magmas becoming mixing up with each other, and then you have a huge variety. Yeah? So, and the next thing is, that is the change of the chemical composition. So, because your melt will always change the chemical composition. So that happens at the beginning when you have somewhere a magma chamber. We are making this in red. So, and then you have crystallization processes. This crystal is sinking to the ground. The other one is floating up, and the other one will remain. So, due to crystallization and fractionation processes, you are changing always the chemical composition, because you are always removing something, yeah? So, but then your melt is rising up. So, and your melt is not rising up like the kimberlite, that you have just crack propagation, what I just told you yesterday in ES301. Here you have the assimilation processes. Because here your melt goes through the continental crust or oceanic crust. So, and then you are melting the material, the surrounding material, and therefore you have assimilation processes. So that means you are always removing things from your melt. That is then fractionation and crystallization and differentiation. So, but then you are also adding something to your melt, and that is assimilation with the surrounding country rocks. So, and therefore you are always changing the chemical composition of your melt. So now some physical properties. So it depends on the chemical composition when you are producing a melt. So for example, a basalt if you are writing just down the temperatures, a basaltic melt is about 1100 to 1300 degrees Celsius. If you are looking for a comatite is about 1400 to 1600 degrees Celsius. Hot. So if you are looking for the andesite, and you have seen a lot of andesites in the past, that is about 1000 to 1100 degrees Celsius hot. If you are looking for a phonolite that is then a more silica-rich melt, and if you are talking about silica-saturated melts, then they are not that hot. That is between 900 and 1000 degrees Celsius. And if you are looking for a rhyolite, so in the rhyolite, that is actually the exclusive counterpart to a granite, and that is not that hot. That is 750 to 900 degrees. So, but the melt minimum So the minimum temperature to produce a melter is 700 degrees Celsius. So then another parameter of a melter is the viscosity. And we are measuring the viscosity in poise. That is just a physical unit. According to the Stokesche law. So in the Stokesche law, that is just a formula which was introduced by Mr. Stokes. So and that is with the Stokesche law, you can calculate the viscosity. So just for comparison, H2O has a viscosity of 10 powered by -2. So and there are huge differences in the viscosity. For example, a basalt has a viscosity ranging from 10 powers minus 2 to 10 power minus 5. So at 10 power minus 2, that is the viscosity of water, yeah? And water has, yes. And that can be up to a speed of 50 meters per hour. Then we have the underside. The underside has a viscosity ranging between 10 power minus 6 to 10 power minus 7. So then we have the dust side, and the dust side has a viscosity of 10 power minus 10. And that is actually the same, a viscosity like wax. So you know wax from the candles, yeah. So that is roughly the viscosity of a dacite. So and then we have the obsidian. So and now the obsidian we have here just in the cupboard, yeah. The obsidian is formed at a temperature of about 800 degrees Celsius. And that has a viscosity of 10 power minus 11 to 10 power minus 12. So I can remove this, yeah. So we have different primary magmas. Existence of different primary magmas. So and in such a primary magma, different processes are happening. We have at first liquid unmixing. So what means liquid unmixing? We discussed this now a lot of times. You have a melt, then this melt cools down, and therefore you are enriching then the liquid component inside, because water and CO2 are incompatible. So and therefore you are crystallizing at first minerals, which can be water-free minerals, which can be formed at higher temperatures. Therefore you are enriching your residual melt with water, and then you have liquid unmixing. Then you have the next one. You have mixing of magma. So you can have 2 different or 3 different magmas, and they are becoming just mixed up. So then you are also changing the chemical composition. You have a magma 1 and a magma 2. They are mixing each other up, and then you are get another magma. So and then the next point that is, I told you this just now, that is assimilation. So an assimilation, that is just, for example, the addition of crustal material. So I told you this just now. You have a melt, and this melt makes its way through the continental crust, and therefore you are melting the surrounding country rocks, and therefore you have always the assimilation by crustal material. So this crustal material becomes just molten up. So if you have, for example, a basaltic melt, and this basaltic melt goes through the continental crust, then this basaltic melt will become more and more rich in silica, because the continental crust is more rich in silica, because the continental crust is of granitic composition. So and therefore you are always changing the composition of your melt, So and if you like to prove this, then the very important thing is the or important factors are the light rare earth elements, or let us make it so, the rare earth elements. So in the these rare earth elements can be subdivided in the light rare earth elements, the heavy rare earth elements, and the high strength field elements. So the light rare earth elements, that is for example lanthan, heavy rare earth elements, that is for example ganglium, iberium. So it has high strength fields element, that is for example hafnium or zirconium. So and another important factor are the isotopes. So, but we have also limiting factors. So, for example, if you have a melt and your melt rises up, then your melt cools down on the way to the top. So, and what is then the limiting factor? So, because if you are starting to melt the surrounding country rocks, what is then there the limiting factor? That is the amount of heat which is necessary to melt the country rocks or surrounding rocks. Yes, in your melt or in your magma bubble, you have a certain amount of heat. So, and your melt will cool down on the way up, and therefore you have a limit. That is a limiting factor. So, if at a certain point the amount of heat or the temperature is the same as the surrounding country rocks, then your melt will just become stuck and you will not melt any of the surrounding country rocks. Then another important thing in your melt, that is the gas transport. So in the gas transport, I mean that is diffusion. So and then certain elements you can transport more easily with the gas, and certain elements will remain in the melt. So and that is just, for example, potassium group elements can be transported very easily. So, and if you have gas, and your gas is transporting the nitro-areous elements, the potassium group elements, where do you think where the alkalis then enriched? If you have here, for example, a bubble, so and then you have your melt inside, so and then you have gas in your melt, and this melt can then be transport potassium group elements very easy. I mean, these are alkalis. So where do you think, where will this potassium group elements then become enriched? At the bottom, at the top, in the middle? At the top, yeah. Because here we have CO2 plus the alkali. So, and they are becoming then enriched at the top, yeah. Then we have the solid diffusion. And that is just diffusion in the surrounding country rocks. So, and then we have fractionation. Crystallization. And differentiation. There you have a crystalline system, and you have the residual melt. So, because that I also told you now a lot of times, at a certain temperature, you are forming the first minerals. Some of them will sink to the ground. Then you are removing here, for example, if you are starting to crystallize an olivine, you are removing magnesium and silica. Then some others will float in the melt, and the others are going up, like the plagioclase. So, and that is, can be described by using the Stokes law. So, and that is then the next point. Can you just bring two undersides, one with pleasure place, single twist inside, and the other one with small child? I think we should have them here. So that is the Stokes.
Here.
Velocity. So in that the velocity can be described with following formula. V, that is the velocity. That is 2 divided by 9. That is the number 9, yeah, that is just a constant. Then we have multiplied it with G. G, that is the gravity. Then you have to multiply it with R powered by 2. That is the radius of the mineral. So that is this mineral, for example, yeah. Here, that is your R. Then multiplied by following term. That is the ds minus dxx. So the ds that they are making dsm. So the dsm, that is the density from the melt. Yeah. So and the dxx, that is the density from your crystal. Yeah. So and this term we are dividing then by nu. And that is the viscosity. And that is the viscosity of the melt, yeah? So if we have now, for example, orchite, olivine, are always so what happens with the orchite in the olivine here in the melt? Will it float up or will it sink? It will sink. Because the orchite and the olivine have always, they have magnesium inside, and they have titanium inside, a little bit I mean, and then they have iron inside, so and therefore they have a higher density compared to the surrounding melt, and then they will sink. So whereas if you have pleasure place, will only sink in felsig melts. So, but if you have a mafic melt, like the andesite or ultramafic, then the plagioclase will not sink, the plagioclase will float up. So I think you saw this 2 times now, or at least one time in the field. This, for example, that is an orchide andesite. So this is an orchide andesite. So and what can you tell me now about this orchide andesite? Do we not have a plagioclase andesite? Ah, okay. Yeah. So what can you tell me about the orchide andesite? So you have at first, and these orchide crystals are big, yeah? So that means these crystals has formed in the melt and then they were sinking to the ground, yeah? So, and what happens then? So the orchide andesite, the orchide crystals were sinking here. So, and if we are now checking where is the plagioclase andesite, yeah. Yes, in the plagioclase andesite you have white needles inside, yeah? Is it so? Yes, there are white needles inside. Here you can see them everywhere, white needles, yeah. We have also some dark stuff inside that is a mixture. So, and what happens to your plagioclase? The plagioclase is floating up. So you have a concentration of plagioclase at the top and the concentration of orchide at the bottom, yeah? So, and now, that's now a good question. Now you have here the surface. And now your stuff is erupting, yeah? Now your stuff here is erupting. So, and then I mean I just told you before about the viscosity of such an orchide, yeah? It is actually closer more to wax, yeah? So, and where will you find stratigraphically now the orchide andesite, and where will you find stratigraphically the plagioclase andesite? That was a question. What is erupting at first? Yes, the plagioclase. So, and then these andesites, they were not flying around like bombs, yeah? They were just floating around the hill, down the hill, or you have just some channels on the side that you get in just an eruption on the flanks. But now let us say it becomes here and it is then just floating down the hill. just floating down the hill. So, and then you are forming a layer of plagioclase andesite here. So, and then the next thing is, later on you have then the mixture of both, and at the last point your orchide andesite will erupt. So in this one will then also flow down the hill, but it will lie in here. Yes, it will theoretically, yeah. I mean there are a lot of different features. So, but that is always, that is the orchide andesite then. And that is the plagioclase andesite. So, and therefore you have always to be carefully, because the sequence, what you can observe in the field, that is always vice versa, yeah? So in terms of age, the older one is here. Yes, and the younger one is here. But from the stratigraphy, you get always the inverse. So then we have at next the Bunsen theory. The Bunsen theory, it is, I think, from Iceland. You know, in Iceland we have a lot of volcanologists because it is flying all the time, yeah? So when they are saying that the magma can always be described of two different melts, that means two Ant-Man mass. So then the process of assimilation takes every pair place when magma is in contact with country rocks. So yeah, then we are done for today. We are going on Friday again through this, what I told you today, more in detail through. And then we are actually done with the first part. And I will give you then on Friday also, or I will load it up on Moodle, you know, the test for the homework, yeah? And you can hand it in then just after the midterm break.
We need to do an experiment this week with Friday after the lecture. Friday after lecture.